The Philippines is steadily rebuilding a layered maritime defense network, but one critical capability remains conspicuously absent: a true long-range maritime patrol aircraft able to detect, track, and deter submarines across the vast expanse of the West Philippine Sea. Even as Manila moves toward integrating Mogami-class frigates, expanding its anti-submarine warfare helicopter fleet, and considering future submarines, it still lacks the aerial eyes and ears required to make these assets effective. Without a dedicated airborne platform for anti-submarine warfare and broad-area maritime surveillance, the Philippines cannot complete the transition from reactive coastal defense to proactive deterrence. Japan's P-1 maritime patrol aircraft is increasingly emerging as the missing piece in this evolving strategic architecture. The Philippine Navy and Air Force currently operate without any true anti-submarine warfare patrol aircraft. There is no platform equivalent to the American P-8A Poseidon or the Japanese P-1. The country has light surveillance aircraft suitable for surface monitoring, but none are equipped with sonobuoys, magnetic anomaly detectors, advanced acoustic processing, or long-range maritime radar. This blindness below the surface creates a critical vulnerability. The Philippine archipelago faces a growing undersea challenge as China deploys modern submarines from Hainan Island, including the nuclear-powered Type 093 class and the advanced diesel-electric Type 039AB family. These submarines frequently transit deepwater routes near Luzon and the West Philippine Sea. Without aircraft capable of detecting them, Manila has no ability to establish a consistent undersea picture or provide early warning to its own Navy and to partners such as Japan and the United States. While the Philippines recently strengthened its anti-submarine warfare capabilities through AW-159 helicopters, the limitations are obvious. Helicopters can prosecute contacts and support frigates, but they lack endurance and range. A small fleet of 2 AW-159 units cannot sustain constant maritime patrols. Anti-submarine helicopters are effective only when cued by a long-range air platform, which the Philippines does not have. This gap blocks the effectiveness of every other anti-submarine warfare investment Manila is making. Japan's P-1 represents a rare opportunity to transform this situation. Unlike many maritime patrol aircraft whose designs trace back to civilian airframes, the P-1 is a purpose-built military platform designed specifically for anti-submarine warfare. It is equipped with an advanced, active, electronically scanned array radar capable of detecting surface and submarine periscope targets at long distances. Its acoustic processing system can manage large numbers of deployed sonobuoys, and its magnetic anomaly detector provides close-range confirmation of submarine presence. These tools are central in building the acoustic map of contested waters that the Philippines currently lacks. The P-1 carries a sophisticated sensor suite that is difficult to match in Asia outside the American P-8A program. With its 4 turbofan engines, the P-1 is capable of long-range endurance missions that allow it to patrol not only the entire West Philippine Sea, but also the Luzon Strait, the Sulu Sea, and the Philippine Sea on the eastern side of the archipelago. These extended patrols would give Manila, for the first time, visibility into undersea pathways used by China's submarines as they move toward the Pacific Ocean. Such awareness is vital for national defense planning and for cooperation with allies. Tokyo's political and strategic motivations align closely with Manila's needs. Japan has been increasingly concerned about the movements of Chinese submarines from the South China Sea through the Philippine Sea toward Japanese waters. By enabling Manila to detect and monitor these submarines earlier, Japan effectively expands its own defensive perimeter without deploying forces directly. This synergy is why Japan has shown growing readiness to export defense systems to the Philippines, including maritime patrol vessels, radar systems, frigates, and potentially P-1 aircraft. Japan's evolving security export framework means that the P-1 is no longer off-limits for foreign partners. The aircraft has not yet secured international customers, but the Philippines could be one of the first, especially if Japan offers concessional financing or sells aircraft that have been lightly used by the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force. Such options could reduce procurement and lifecycle costs significantly. Compared with the United States P-8A, the P-1 is potentially more affordable to operate, and Tokyo is generally more flexible regarding technology transfer, use case restrictions, and long-term support. The operational value of the P-1 extends beyond anti-submarine warfare. It can carry anti-ship missiles, depth charges, and lightweight torpedoes. It supports high-resolution imaging for surface surveillance, allowing it to track maritime militia, Coast Guard vessels, and naval movements. For a country like the Philippines, which faces a mix of gray zone coercion, paramilitary harassment, and naval intimidation, such a platform enables not only military capability, but also evidence gathering, presence assertion, and crisis monitoring. The introduction of the P-1 would also integrate smoothly into a broader trilateral maritime surveillance network linking the Philippines, Japan, and the United States. The P-1 can share data with American P-8A aircraft and Japanese platforms through secure data link architecture. Mogami-class frigates planned for the Philippine Navy will be equipped to use similar data streams, and potential future submarines from Japan would be even more interoperable. A shared detection grid would transform the Philippines from a passive observer into an active contributor to regional security, improving its standing within alliances and shaping the strategic environment. Comparisons between the P-1 and the P-8A highlight another important issue: sustainability. While the P-8A boasts exceptional capability, its operating costs are high and its long-term support structure is tightly controlled by the United States. The P-1, while not inexpensive, offers a more balanced profile for a middle-income nation. Japan may be willing to provide training, logistical support, and finance packages that stretch costs across multiple decades. A smaller procurement, perhaps 2 to 4 aircraft, could give Manila a functional maritime patrol capability without overwhelming its defense budget. Looking ahead, a realistic scenario for the Philippines by 2035 includes the deployment of 2 to 4 P-1 aircraft operating from key bases such as Subic, Puerto Princesa, or Mactan. Combined with Mogami-class frigates equipped with towed array sonar, a modest fleet of anti-submarine warfare helicopters, and a potential pair of Japanese-designed submarines, the Philippines could finally establish a multi-layered anti-submarine warfare capability. Such a force would not match China's scale, but it would meaningfully complicate Beijing's operations, increase uncertainty for Chinese commanders, and give Manila a far stronger negotiating position. Japan's P-1 maritime patrol aircraft is more than a platform. It is a strategic enabler. It fills the critical aerial surveillance gap that undermines all other anti-submarine warfare efforts. It strengthens trilateral cooperation. It enhances deterrence without escalating confrontation. It helps Japan secure its southern flank and gives the Philippines an essential tool to understand and shape activity in the West Philippine Sea. If Manila chooses to integrate the P-1 into its modernization plans, it would take a decisive step toward completing its undersea defense network and asserting greater control over its maritime domain. The ability to see beneath the surface is ultimately the ability to shape the future.